everyone. How are you today? Welcome to Ask the Nanny and Happy New Year. Today we are going to be discussing the International, hi Shelly, the International Nanny Association, and namely their conference. And we are going to have Kellie on, who is the coordinator of the hi Jenny, who's the coordinator of the conference, and she's going to tell us all the scoop on the membership, the benefits, the credentialing, the let me read my notes, and the conference. The conference is going to be in May, and Kellie is going to tell us about that. But while we are waiting on Kellie, there she is. I just wanted to say Happy New Year. As you can see, I know I look silly, and I'm going to take these off, but I just had to do something to bring in a new year. I missed you all over the last 2 weeks. I hope you caught me while I was out shopping, doing some bargain shopping, but we're going to get right to it. Hi, Deidre. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Shelly. Let me see if I missed anybody. Hi. Okay, I hope I said this right. Adela and Morella. I hope I'm saying these names right. Okay, so I'm going to take these off so I won't look silly and crazy. And we're going to get started with Kellie, because I know she's in a different time zone than I am. Hello, Miss Kellie.
Hi.
There she is. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Good. Hi, Darlene and Glenda. Hi, Glenda. Tell me something. How do you pronounce your last name? Can you hear me?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh God, I heard you say Darlene, and I was like waiting. I'm like Darlene. Mitchell, I think I'm so okay.
No, sorry.
That's okay. It's Kellie Geres.
Kellie
Geres.
Geres.
Yes. Yep.
Got it. Okay, so everyone, Kellie's going to tell us all about the INA, should I say AKA, the International Nanny Association, and
Sure.
all about the membership. And I am a member, and
Great.
I want to become more active, but because of my schedule right now, I'm like, ah. So hopefully real soon I'll get to become more active in the INA. But
All right.
you have the floor. So
Okay. So I guess if you have questions, just, pop them down, and I got my computer screen in front of me as well, so I can refer to the website and answer any questions, and we'll go from there. So so the 33rd annual INA conference is happening May 17th through the 20th in Tucson. And it is at a beautiful Marriott resort, and we've secured an amazing rate. We've secured an unbelievable resort fee of $1. They had to charge us something, so
but $1 is good compared to, I mean, even the Gaylord $20 a day.
Yeah, I think the this one was 29 or 30 a day.
Wow.
So that's going to get you a lot of amenities, a lot of discounts, parking for guests, things like that. So, and just overall access to the pools and just the resort itself. And the great thing is that's per room, not per person. So if you've got 4 people in a room, you're set. So yeah. So, but yeah.
About the room.
I'm sorry.
Tell us about the room. You were telling us about you said 4 people to a room. Tell us about the rooms.
Sure. So the if anyone's out there and you can jump on the computer, INA this year did a completely new. Our theme is Elevate, and so we elevated the conference experience starting with our website. It is a brand new, completely devoted to conference. The website is inaconference.org. And if you go there, you can see pictures of the resort, pictures of Tucson. We have all of our, basically everything you wanted to know about conference is there or is coming, and is going to be available on the website. But right now, we are at the JW Marriott Star Pass Resort and Spa. And the room rates are $139 for a single double, $159 for a triple, and $179 for a quad room. So that means, 4 people in a room and split it up. And if you don't mind sharing a bed and, get a bunch of your friends together and, make a party out of it. So we have people coming in early and staying after. We've done a great job. And hey, Kate. And the rates that we've secured for conference are good prior and after conference as well. So if you want to come early or stay late, yeah. So
the whole vacation, get learning in, vacation in, and
absolutely,
self-care in, all of that good stuff, all at the same time.
There you go. The self-care. That's what I will be doing at the pool. Self-care. There you go. So so that's the hotel. And then, there is, they do daily hikes. There's a golf driving range. There's a spa. Every day I think it's at 4 or 5 o'clock at night, maybe they have a tequila toast out on one of the patios. They have daily fitness activities, indoor and outdoor. They have a lazy river pool in addition to their regular pools. It's family friendly. So we have people that are bringing their kids with them and, their spouses or grandparents. My mother's coming. So, yeah. So,
maybe I'll get my husband to come and we can make it a vacation.
And yeah, so people bring their husbands and wives and significant others and their families. And there is so much to do around Tucson as well, that it really is, worth looking into, why not make it a vacation? So, in addition to all of the learning and the conference experience. So this is really going to enhance that and really, as we say, elevate that conference experience.
Well, I'm so glad you all did that to elevate it, so we can all enjoy it. And I'm coming for the learning, but I would love to do the vacation too, right after.
Yes.
She has a question. She said, what would you say is the difference between Nanny Palooza and the INA conference?
Sure. So probably the biggest difference, if people have been to Nanny Palooza, is strictly nannies. That's, and when I say nannies and caregivers, so it is your nannies and you'll find the newborn care specialist there as well. What's different about the INA conference is that INA as an organization encompasses everyone that's in the nanny industry. It is the nannies, the newborn care specialists, the specialty nannies, it is parents, it is the placement agencies, the educators, and the, we call them industry services, your background screening companies, your tax companies, the payroll, the consulting, the publications, all of those. So that's why INA has always said that they're the umbrella organization, and they really are, in that they encompass all aspects of the in-home childcare industry. And so that's who's going to be at conference. You are going to be sitting next to someone from GTM, payroll services, and tax and payroll services. And, they'll be sitting next to, the caregivers, or you may be sitting next to, Lynn Peterson, who does PFC information. They do the background checks. They're one of the longest companies around that have been doing background checks, longstanding INA member. And, so everybody's there. Everybody's in the same room and in the same networking breaks. And that's, I think, what makes it unique is that you're able to really, truly network with really some of the pioneers of our industry. You have agencies that have been doing this for over 30 years. You have founders of INA and founders of some of the movements within our industry. And they're at the INA conference. And so that is probably the biggest difference that someone is going to notice, is that it's not just the nannies and the caregivers, it's the industry as a whole. That's who attends the INA conference.
So everybody's going to be there.
Everybody, yeah. And, I've been a member since 94 and been going to INA conferences since 94. And I can honestly say that I continue to go every year, and I continually learn something new every time. There are caregivers out there with the mentality of, oh, I don't need to go to a conference. I read, I'm in this Facebook group. I know what's going on out there. And I can honestly say that there is really no way that you can know everything that's available out there.
That is I used to have that same mindset because I was a loner, and I thought, I know kids, I know this, I know that, but things change, rules change, the industry standards change. So you have to keep up with that if you're going to make yourself more valuable.
Absolutely. I started INA and becoming involved, well before Facebook and social media existed. And, some of the, and I've shared this publicly as well, is that some of the key things that really stand out for me of what INA has done for me professionally is that it was 3 years into my membership, and being at a conference in Las Vegas and being able to walk up to Guy Matalone and ask him, hey, Guy, my new employer wants me to be a 1099. Can you explain that to me? And how do I go about doing that? And he, took the time and talked to me and explained to me and schooled me on, Kellie, you're not a 1099, and gave me the confidence and the voice to go back to my employer and really stand up for myself and say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to agree to that, and here's why. And, that was available to me at the INA conference. Right. I had another instance where I was sitting in a workshop and learned about when you use your own vehicle for work. And I know everything states vary in insurance policies and all of that, but learned about business class insurance because I drove the kids in my car and had never heard of it before, and promptly went back to, where I lived and went to my insurance agent and realized that, my policy was lacking and I needed to up my game a bit. So, again, it was before social media and before, probably even the internet, as to what we know it, before you could Google it, but those instances stand out as to, key pieces of information that truly set me on the path to, being a professional and, knowing my rights and knowing the resources that are out there and learning, and kept me going back year after year.
Okay. So what are the types of workshops that are going to be offered this year?
Sure. So another unique thing about INA is that it has 3 different tracks of workshops. Uh, the audience that mainly comes to our conference is the nannies, the caregivers, the newborn care specialists, and the agency owners and staff. And so we offer 3 tracks of workshops. So, excuse me, on pulling up the schedule here.
Okay.
On Friday, we have our keynote address, so everyone will attend the keynote. And then we'll go into a workshop session, and you'll have 3 workshops being offered. There'll be one for newborn care specialists, one for nannies, and one for agency owners and staff. And all of these are on the website. If you click on the speakers and schedule up in the top menu, and then I think if you click on view, there was a box there like view complete schedule. It'll take you to the schedule as it's laid out, what's happening Thursday, what's happening Friday, and what's happening Saturday. So this year we have our keynote is Dr. Lynn Kenny, and she's going to be talking about elevating our productivity. What new neurosciences tell us about how that kind of playing into that self-care of how, being self-care and how it affects your mind and your body.
Okay.
And so not only for ourselves, but then taking that to the families and children that we work with. We're also going to have Daniel Rafidi from Homework Solutions come in and talk to us about legal and taxes. The date and month is May 17th through 20th, 2018. For agencies, we're talking about elevating and protecting your reputation. That's a panel discussion. And then for the newborn care specialists, but nannies would be more than welcome to attend as well, security when working with infants in a high profile or high net worth home. And that's just, one session in the morning. There's a number of others. We've got Anya Sakowitz presenting. We've got Katie Provenziano with Westside Nannies. Helen McCarthy from Top Baby Guru in London is coming, and she's going to be talking about traveling with children. Last year, if you attended and you were a nanny and you went to the roundtables, Stacey Gabecki was there, and she was talking about STEAM. And so we're bringing her back, and she's doing a full workshop on steaming your way through early childhood. Wow. We've got Danielle Bujnak with Respectful Newborn Care. We've got financial planning and basic investing for small business owners. We've got cultural sensitivity, and we've got ensuring your future. That's for agencies. And then we have a popular speaker that we've had at a few conferences is coming back, Dr. Shoshana Bennett, and she's going to come in and talk to us, newborn care specialists, on supporting couples with postpartum depression. We've got elevating awareness of your business, helping in cooperation in early years, and nonfiction too good to miss. We've also got one of the premier doctors, Tanya Sakowitz could go on and on, but he is just a pioneer with what he does from my understanding. I know I'm going to mess up his name, but his name is Dr. Rajiv Agarwal, and he's going to come in and talk about tongue tie with infants, newborns. We've got Rachel and Shannon from I can't think of the name right now. Louise, her agency in Australia, how to attract, nurture, and retain your staff. out of your comfort zone and into your happy place, and value selling in a misunderstood market. Courtney Gibson is going to be there talking about infant gut health. Shenandoah Davis with Adventure Nannies. She's sometimes worth the price of admission. She is a phenomenal presenter, and the information that she brings to a workshop is so amazing. She's going to talk about ninja recruiting. We have Denise Yankow, sexuality education for early childhood caregivers. And for agencies, owning your niche market. We also have agency roundtables. So those are going to be short, targeted, 20-minute rounds of, there's like probably about 6 different topics. And so you go to one table for 20 minutes and you talk about that topic, and then short break and you go to another table and talk about that topic, and short break and then another topic. And so it's a way to really kind of get a lot in. But they're very—
It sounds like a dating game where you start.
You know, it's kind of, yeah, it's speed dating. Traditional parent. What?
I said speed roundtable.
There you go. We've got traditional parenting, and then meaningful experiences in supporting early language and literature. So, you know, it really runs the gamut of topics and ages, you know, and that's, you know, not even touching on the opportunities of the networking breaks that happen, which are targeted throughout, you know, the conference. And it's a good opportunity to really mix and mingle. They're just kind of, they're little mixers in that you take a break from the workshop, you come out, there's typically, you know, some snacks and stuff. But it's just an opportunity for people to chat and meet other attendees. I really try and encourage people, you know, it can be overwhelming for a first-time attendee, and we get that. So we have opportunities available. If you're a first-time attendee, you can request a conference guide, and a conference guide is kind of like your buddy. In that before conference, you'll be matched with someone, and they'll reach out to you and ask you any question or answer any questions that you have. They're kind of a point of reference for you once you get to conference to, you know, be a familiar face when you get there, and just, you know, kind of introduce you to other people, and just kind of, you know, be that friendly, you know, buddy that you can say, okay, I know someone. And I really want people to, you know, sit next to other people. I know that sounds kind of hokey, and, you know, but really mix it up. And like I said, you never know who you're going to be sitting next to in a lunch or in a session. And to maybe find out that you know, maybe live in the same area, or you have the same interest or same experience, and be able to then, you know, take that connection that you've made at conference. You know, those that know me know that, and know I met my best friend at my first Nanny conference. My best friend, Karen Yatsko, I met her in '94 at my first conference, and then in '96 is I reconnected with her and was moving to Atlanta, where she lived. And she's like, oh, hey, you know, I'm in Atlanta, come over, and, you know, I'll, you know, we'll hang out, or we'll go do something, and, you know, I'll introduce you, or, you know, whatever. And literally have been connected at the hip ever since. We are, yeah. And yeah, honestly, I mean, she'll tell you, she's my person. And we met at an INA conference. And so it's been over 20 years. So, and I know many of the others, you know, great friendships have been created and began at an INA conference. And I know that there are many, many more stories like mine out there. and you just never
I love
know.
how,
Yeah.
I'm just
So,
saying, I love to have the buddy system
mhm,
because when I went to Nanny Palooza, I found myself looking around the room like, okay, I don't know anybody here. I know faces from what I've seen,
mhm,
the profile pictures, but we
mhm,
put our best foot forward, and
mhm,
some of our profile pictures don't actually, when we're in our nanny uniform, we
mhm.
don't look like the profile picture.
Yeah.
And I know someone said, I know you. I said, I know you too. And we were like, you don't look like your profile picture. I
I
said, you don't
know.
need, because
Or
I'm
those that don't even use a photo of themselves as a profile
yeah,
picture. And yeah,
right.
so yeah.
Talking to a poster or a sticker
Mhm.
or a message, their own personal message.
Yeah.
And but getting to know the people when I went to Nanny Palooza, getting to know everybody and keep connections with them since I've been there, it has been priceless. And I am so looking forward to going to this INA conference because I've never been to one, and I'll probably be requesting a buddy. Or seeing who I know that's going, like, okay, let's share a room, so at least I know somebody there. But
Well, we really do, make it, hopefully an easy process for people, with the buddy system. Also, if you're, wanting to come, and we know that, people are always, hoping to save money. And so if you don't know anyone, or you want to open up your room, we do offer assistance if you need help finding a roommate, or you want to find a roommate. So we have a roommate
okay,
coordinator. And if you're like, hey, I'm coming by myself, but I, love to meet, or have a roommate. And so she'll, work with matching you up. We don't guarantee it, but we do our best. And again, too, I know a lot of friendships in that, have come from just strangers, saying, hey, I need a roommate. So just you never know what might happen. So it's a great opportunity. Um, and so yes, it's a fabulous lineup. So those are our speakers. Some of the other things that we have that we make available at conference, the INA Nanny credential exam. And so we make that available at conference. You still have to go through the process of purchasing it and submitting all your information, but INA secures the proctor for you. And we actually offer it on Thursday and Sunday morning. So it's an opportunity for those to take it as a group and take the exam at conference. So the pretty much a given, and then they don't have to worry about scheduling and finding a proctor and finding a place to take it online and such on their own. So we make that available.
okay,
We also have on Thursday. So the layout of conference is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But know that the workshops are Friday and Saturday. Sunday is an optional day to stay. That's, again, when we offer the credential exam if you wanted to stay and take that in the morning. Also, the INA Board of Directors meets on Sunday, and INA members are welcome to attend the board meetings if they want to sit in on those. They're just guests. They're just there to observe. But if they want to, they are welcome to sit in and attend that. So that's really all that's on Sunday. The majority or the bulk of conference is Friday and Saturday. But we do offer some optional items on Thursdays. And let me pull that up. So Thursday, again, the board of directors meets, and INA members are welcome to attend that meeting on Thursday in the morning. And then in the afternoon, around 12:30 or so, the new INA board will be installed. It's just a really short process where incoming and outgoing and new board members are sworn in. And members are welcome to attend that as well. Registration is open for those who want to come in and get their conference materials and just, kind of get the lay of the land and such. Thursday afternoon, we actually have a couple of optional workshops. Two of them, you do have to pay in advance. Or, I'm sorry, you do have to register in advance, and there is an additional fee required that is not covered under your regular conference registration. And I'll get into kind of the fees on that later. But for the newborn care specialist, Bob King is coming, and he's going to do talking about legal and contract reviews for the newborn care specialist. And also on Thursday afternoon, Caroline Malkin and Megan Metzger, both agency owners, are going to present a popular workshop that we've had for several years, the new agency workshop. It's kind of, if you're interested in or just starting out a nanny placement service, it's a 3-hour workshop that really kind of walks you through what it is to own and operate a nanny placement service. And so Caroline and Megan.
That's included in the registration, or that's separate?
That's separate, and I think it's $65 for that.
Okay.
In addition, but it's a 3-hour workshop, and I believe, so it's well worth it. In what I've heard and the feedback that we've had from it, so it's a great addition, and it's very well received at conference.
Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
You mentioned the credentialing test. Can you explain to us what the credentialing test is? Because some of us may not know exactly what that is.
Sure. So INA, let me pull up to make sure I have the correct information. So INA has two, I'm going to call them tests, but they're different. So we have the INA Basic Skills Assessment, which is a short 40-question quiz. Let's put it that way. It is just that. It is basic. It is for, we have a lot of nannies who purchase it themselves to take it and add it to their resume and their portfolio. We have a lot of agencies who use it as a screening tool for nannies that come into their office. It is to test a candidate's basic knowledge of childcare. And it's not a difficult exam. There's no studying for it. It's not meant to be studied for. It's basic. And so that is available. The INA Nanny Credential Exam is an in-depth, comprehensive exam. It really is an exam. It's 100 questions plus an essay. It's timed to 2 hours. And it covers varying areas of child development. Yes, it's timed. It's 2 hours. And it is not easy. INA has put together an online study guide, which is available on our website for free. The study guide is free. So that is available there. And it is really meant to test your knowledge of areas of child development, cognitive development, safety. It's been so long since I've taken the exam. Infant brain development, education, and such. So much more, and so that's there. Not everyone passes. So, I mean, that goes to show you it is not an easy exam. I will say it does take some preparation. So if you are considering taking it at conference or at some point on your own, I really do recommend that you review the study guide. It has a number of links. It has some test prep questions. And if you do pass, then you receive a certificate to include in your portfolio. And we also have a exclusive INA credentialed nanny logo that those who pass receive, so they can put that if they have their own website or within their portfolio, or if they have a blog, or some put them on their business cards, things like that. And then also, Deirdre, you'd have to email the office, and they would need to get some more information. I'm not completely sure. It'd probably have to be a written exam. There would need to be a time limit on it. But I would say contact the office, and they'll reach out to the committee that oversees the exam and see what they can do. So, and anyone who has passed the credential exam is listed on our website. We have a special section that lists those nannies that have taken and passed the exam. So they're listed as an INA credentialed nanny. So,
Okay.
and we'll have agencies or even parents who will, you know, oh, I want to verify that this nanny has taken, you know, the exam, or you can say, well, you know, you can go to, you know, this page on our website and see if they're there, and go from there. So, yep.
Okay. Lucretia said, is the test a certification?
No, it is a credential. There is no certification. There is no accreditation. There is, I will find, there's a great, maybe Kate, since she's there, there's an article on our blog talking about certification versus certified versus accreditation. And explains the breakdown of what exactly those mean, and what they mean for this industry, as well as the for the exam. So, but it does not certify you or accredit you, or it does not make you a certified nanny or anything like that. No.
Okay. Okay. Great. Now, go ahead. I'm sorry. I interrupted you. You were getting ready to go in another direction.
No. I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to see if I can pull that up. There we go. So, all right. What other questions do we have?
So does taking the test, does it give me a better credibility? Does it increase my credibility as a nanny if I take the credentialing exam?
Yes. And the reason I say that is we are going to have our 2017 INA salary and benefit survey results coming out soon. And it showed that those who have taken the credential exam have the potential to earn a higher salary. And so, which I thought was, you know, excellent resource or excellent bit of information to come out of the, yeah. But, you know, I think what it comes down to with the exam is that why not take it, in that it's another tool to add to your portfolio, and it shows that you have invested in yourself, in your professional platform, as well as just investing in yourself in your professional development. But I also think of it too is that if you are a nanny who is up for a position, and you and say 2 other caregivers, and you all have, years of experience and, glowing references. You're all kind of, within the same. What is going to be the one thing that is going to set you apart? And, we've heard it, from others, is that my having taken the INA Nanny credential exam really made me stand out among other candidates. And, our hope with this is, that agencies recognize it, that, parents, recognize it for, the valuable tool that it is, and really recognizing it and taking it to show, that they have a vested interest in their education and this industry and the organization.
Yes. Also, attending conferences like the INA and receiving this, all the training that you get from the INA, it also boosts your credibility in the nanny, should I say, the nanny world, because parents look for things like that. They want to know that you're up on the latest and that you're not just sitting around and doing, okay, well, I'm a nanny and that's it. And, with technology changing, with rules and immunizations and everything that's changing, parents want to know they're getting a top-notch nanny.
Yeah, they do. And I think, yeah, and it's just as, going to Nanny Palooza or to a nanny training day or to the INA conference, or we've got the one in Seattle coming up in August that I'm speaking at. So you have these, or you have, a nanny coaching team, or Laura Brawley, who does her virtual, a nanny coaching team, and Laura, they do these virtual events. Anything that you can get your hands on via in-person or virtual is going to add value to you. And so what does that mean? That means that you can request a higher salary, or you're learning more about, what benefits you can ask for. Does it mean that they have to pay for it? No. Yes, it's nice if they offer. But, for me, it's not always, and I think we talked about this before, it's not always the monetary aspect of, well, I want them to give me a check for $1,000 so I can, go to conference and learn more. Just being able to go and take the say 2-3 days off from work, and them being able to arrange their schedules and either be home or bring grandma in or bring in a temporary caregiver. I think that is them supporting you going to conference. And I've heard many who will say that they've gone to conference at their own expense, and they come back and they tell parents, oh, I attended this STEAM workshop and things, and or I attended this workshop on early literacy or tongue tie. And, these are the things I learned. And the parents are listening to them, and they're, seeing, how excited they are and how passionate they were, and, implementing things that they learned, and like, wow, we're really, happy that you went to this, and we'd love to give you something in return for that, and they'll sometimes get, funds or support after the fact. So even just going and telling them, and then coming back and starting to implement all these things that they've learned, the parents then take notice of that. And so then maybe it's the following year, and it's, hey, the conference is coming around again, and wow, we really liked, what you brought us last year. We'd love to support you in going this year. So I think that is a great way to look at things.
Yes, it is. Now, can you tell us about the membership to the
Sure.
INA? And do the members get special rates for the conferences?
Yeah. Yes, they do. So let me go back over to here. And so INA membership right now is for a caregiver, a nanny, or a newborn care specialist. It's $45 a year. And it begins from the date you join. And with that, you get a member logo that you can put again on your website, your business card, your social media profile, your resume, portfolio. You get that logo, and that's in your member portal. You also get reduced conference rates. You get the opportunity to vote for the board of directors. You also get a 20% discount in the INA e-store. That means that you get a discount on the basic skills assessment as well as the exam. We also have a number of other member benefits. So when someone joins, they get what we call a member portal. And within that member portal is kind of your hub of your membership. That's where you're going to find a document that kind of goes over how to set up your member profile, how to find your logo, things like that. We have exclusive member discounts at companies, and we're always adding to that. Companies such as Newborn Care Solutions, companies such as Our Nanny Diary, Nanny Coaching Team. There was a new one we just added with the name of it, but it's for businesses, and it's working up and working with a business plan. So those discounts are exclusive to INA members, and the information on those can be found in the member portals. And as Kate points out, we have a private INA member Facebook group. And so within there, they just started a monthly book club. They also have some other discussions and things going on. They'll share information, industry updates, happenings, things like that. But it is just another way for our members to connect. We also, kind of going back to conference a little bit, we do have a private Facebook group for conference attendees. Once you register, you can request to join the Facebook group, and it's also a way for people to connect and get some inside scoops on conference. That's kind of, we also have other categories. If you're an agency or a business, there are categories for you to join as well. And all those can be found on the INA website, which is nanny.org. So for registration for conference, members receive discounted rates. So right now we are in early bird registration, and I need to adjust the dates because we had adjusted them. But early bird is through the end of January. And a full conference registration is $345 for members. It's $445 for non-members. So it's a difference of $100. And so, spend that $45 and become a member, and you're still saving. So,
$5.
Yeah. So the cost of one of the workshop, the additional workshop. General registration, the prices go up for members to $445. And then our late registration, which starts mid-March, it goes up to $545. And then registration will close April 30th. So we do offer one-day passes as well, or one-day tickets as well, and for either Friday or Saturday. So you can attend those. And then registration includes So let's talk like a full conference registration includes Thursday night welcome reception, Friday and Saturday breakfast, Friday and Saturday lunch, and then the Saturday closing reception. It will include all the networking breaks, access to all of the workshops. Friday we are having an exhibit area. So we'll have exhibitors, and we're also having a job fair. And so we'll have agencies present, and yeah. So if you are a nanny who is looking for a position, this would be a great time to come and meet with some of the top agencies across the country. I should say across the world, because we really do have an international attendance at conference. And they will be present, and it'd be a great time to show your resume and set up some appointments. So that and the exhibit area and the job fair will be included in your conference registration.
Okay. Yeah. Brush up, touch up those resumes, ladies.
Now's the time. Absolutely. Yep.
Especially if you want to travel, move across country, to a country. Hey, now is the time.
Yep.
Yeah. Get them together.
All right.
That sounds great. I mean, all of that. Yeah. Now I really want to come.
We'd love to have you. You could do some Ask the Nanny, some live posting from the conference. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I will see you all there.
All right. Yay.
They're live and in person.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
So. You all can see some of the networking breaks in between things from Ask the Nanny, and hopefully will encourage you to save your pennies and get on it and start, for next year, or attend some of the other conferences that are going on. But the INA sounds like anybody is going to be there. You have Homework Solutions, you have the accountants, the nanny accountants that are going to be there to tell us about nanny, the taxes and all those benefits you have to pay for, and it's more than the cost of just the conference that you have to pay for just to talk to one person. You can talk to everybody when you go to the INA. Yes. And nanny agencies and a job fair, and I'm gonna have to get on to my husband. Come on, if I can't get him to come, I'm gonna find me a buddy and a roommate, because I'm gonna be there.
And I was gonna say, there's other people that bring husbands and significant others, so he will not be like just the lone guy and on his own. So there will be plenty of people around. A couple of other things I can't believe I didn't mention. So one of the highlights of conference every year is that INA honors the INA Nanny of the Year. And so we do that during lunch. And I think it is the Friday lunch this year. And so there are five nominees, and they go through a very rigorous process. And then they do, a build up, and they introduce you via social media and the blog and all that to the candidate. And then at conference, they do the awarding, and it truly is an honor. I was the 97, 20 years ago, 97 Nanny of the Year. And, Yeah. I was so new. Oh my goodness. So, but the process is, evolved over the years, and INA's now moved into kind of the digital age with the process of Nanny of the Year. But I think any of the Nanny of the Year recipients and even nominees, I mean, even to be nominated is a process in itself, and it's not easy. But to be able to stand up there and to represent an industry that, people are so passionate about, and to be recognized, for me, what it was to be recognized for work that I love and still love to this day by my peers. Just it's still it never goes away. And so being Nanny of the Year or even a nominee, it's such an honor, and for INA to recognize accomplishments of those that go through the process. So we're able to recognize and applaud those individuals at conference. Excuse me. So that's one of the highlights.
There's a pin process.
Yes. So that was my next one, is that a few years ago, Glenda Probst and a committee, I know we love Glenda. And so I work with her now along with Angela Jackson. We brought her on. And so it's the INA Service Award Pin Committee. And what the Service Award Pins do, it's an application process. It's not easy. It's not meant to be easy, in that you need to submit a work history showing your work history within the nanny industry. And so what we do is we award a pin along with bars in 5-year increments for the number of years that you have worked in this industry. And we start at 5, so you have to have a minimum of 5 years in this industry. And we've actually honored people with 35-year pins. And, so we're going to be hitting 40 years pretty soon. Yeah. And it is for members, and you must be a full member of INA. And it's application process, and there is a fee involved with it. But you receive a beautiful pin that you can wear, every day, or, special occasions at conferences, at Nanny Palooza, nanny training days, whenever you're out in the nanny community, and really show your pride of, the years that you've worked in this industry. So that happens. I believe that's happening Friday as well. And then Saturday is a few years ago, INA started the Meritorious Awards, which is a way to recognize individuals that have really gone above and beyond serving the organization. And so they recognize individuals for that. And that'll be on Saturday, along with INA holds their official annual meeting. And so they just basically bring you up to date on what's been happening with the organization over the past year, and kind of introduce you to the board of directors and little reports. And yes, thank you, Kate. This year, so in 2017, how weird is that to say? In 2017, so in 2017, INA,
3 days.
I know, we're just 3 days into it, but it's still like, oh my gosh, it's 2018. So in 2017, INA adopted the ambassador program, which Kate spearheaded, and she's doing amazing work with. And so the ambassador program is going to really be kicking off this year with the applicants and getting our ambassadors out into the communities and at these events. And they will be introduced, and the program, will really, really start kicking off at this year's conference. And what it is individuals can apply to the ambassador program. And if they're accepted, then they will go out and represent INA at conferences and events, and, just be, good, good PR ambassadors for the industry out there, and educating the public of what nannies are and what caregivers and what INA is. And it's really going to be a great, great program. So
Great. Yes, I love it. So, can you tell us anything else about the conference? You told us about the cost and the hotel, and we can come and vacation with our families while we're learning. That's the best part to me, is vacation while learning. Yeah.
So the hotel is amazing. Friday night, we've coordinated. We're having a Friday night excursion. We have basically rented out and taking over. I believe it's called Old Tucson. It's a old movie set, and it's one of those old Wild West towns in that. And so we are going to have a private eventer and entertainment and transportation, and it's just going to be a fun night. We've done other group things in the past, and you people together, and it's going to be a good time. So so that's going to be on Friday night. Spouses, significant others, husbands, wives, kids, everyone's welcome. So there is a fee for that. It is extra, but it's going to be a great time. It's a lot of fun, and it's a way to get kind of just away from the hotel and see a little bit of Tucson and a little bit of history, and just have a really fun time. So that's happening. I'm going to be having it up on the website. I have to wait. They have to add a page for me. But I just put in our private Facebook group. We've contracted with a transportation company to provide kind of a reduced rate for transportation to and from the hotel. So that information will be available. I have to give a shout out to our sponsors. They really help keep the registration costs down for the attendees. Homework Solutions, GTM Payroll Services. We've got Mahler Staffing, Newborn Care Solutions. They're going to be coming on board. Some of our exhibitors, we've got nannytraining.com, Top Baby Guru. Who else? I know I'm missing people. Let's see. So we got GTM. Sitter.me is going to be doing something. Megan Metzger Consulting, they're going to be doing something. APNA, they sponsor. We've got NCS and Mahler. Oh, PFC Information Services. They do our background checks on our Nanny of the Year candidates. So I just, sponsors really are, making it possible for a lot of the things that happen. at conference, and without them, it would be much, much more expensive than what it is. And so, look for those companies, make sure you like those companies, and not even just for INA, but whenever you see an event and their sponsors, I mean, they really do support our industry. Our businesses, I mean, they're so good to our industry, and to the nannies, and to, little people like us, with our blogs and our video chats and that. So yeah.
I have one question for you. Will there be vendors there so we can get nanny t-shirts, the INA or cups or something memorable? Because every conference I go to, I always want something, okay, so I can remember when this is the cup that I got from the INA conference, and this was the year, things like that. I always like to, there's always a story behind something that I get at, yes. Swag.
All
Thank you very
swag.
much.
So yes, we'll have vendors.
I
can't guarantee that we'll have, something for everyone. So if Stephanie Bauckham is watching, Stephanie, tell her she needs to come to INA conference. So, but yes, or Alfreda. Yep. So, or if you know anyone that has, swag, that would be a great fit for the nanny conference. Have them reach out. We'd love to introduce them and have them share their swag at conference. But yes, we do have vendors, and we're always looking for new ones. And so if anyone wants to reach out, please do.
Great. I should create an Ask the Nanny t-shirt. That's what I should do.
You should. You should. You should.
I'm just joking. But yeah, I always like to get my nanny swag when I go to conferences and things. I was like, I have 10, 12 nanny t-shirts from different places. So
I was looking. Yes, I tend to get a lot of t-shirts as well, and I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to wear all these t-shirts. I'm thinking to myself, I may need to make one of those like t-shirt quilts or something with all the nanny t-shirts, something. Yes. So, but
and throw the rest of the t-shirt away. This is where and
exactly. Yeah, exactly. That and the Nanny Palooza one. So yeah. So yes. But there's some great stuff out there. I'm really loving the products that are coming out for nannies, and it's great to see the nannypreneurs and really stepping up their game. I'm enjoying that aspect of what I'm seeing in the industry right now.
Yes.
So,
well,
great. Any more questions?
Much. I want to see. I was looking through here to see if there were any more questions from anybody. If you have questions, please type them in. Now's the time to ask. While we still have, but Kellie, while you
have me, if I could just say on membership, in that, for an industry to have an organization, and we realize there's a lot that we offer, there's a lot we don't offer. As with anything, we're not going to please everyone. Not everyone's going to like what we do, and that's okay. But just as teachers and firemen and dentists, and everyone has an organization that they belong to professionally. And so for the nanny industry to have an organization that brings awareness and education and resources to everyone, and everyone meaning, it's not just for the caregivers, it's not just for the agencies, but it's for everyone. There's information for parents, there's information for caregivers, there's information for the agencies. We're working on information for the newborn care specialists. There'll be a whole new section on our website for the newborn care specialists. So to have all of that in one place, in a clearinghouse for that. And that is what INA brings. And so to become a member and have access to that, and that, yes, there's information that's available to anyone that comes to our website, but there's also the information that is member exclusive. And, I just touched on a few of the things on that, but there are videos. There's a video library. Hey, Stephanie. There's a video library, and so that's being yeah. So there's a few videos within your member portal, and they're adding to that. They just released, if you're a member within their member Facebook group, they're going to start having monthly webinars and educational platforms. They're bringing in speakers and topics, and those will take place within the member. And so those are your member benefits. And so maybe it's not, something that you can, put your hands on or something. You don't get a membership card, or they used to, but no more. But you do. You can get a membership certificate, and those are available in your member portals. Yeah. You have your logo. So all of that. And so it's just really, they're making so much more available, and really moving into, the digital and, social media, the Facebook, and that has really opened up a lot. Being able to do these town halls and these Facebook Lives and a virtual book club and all of that. All of that's a benefit. And, $45 a year. I spend that much on a pedicure. So, but, if I'm really being honest, I would probably say on a bad week, I spend that at Starbucks. So, but yeah, that's like, well, no, I guess it'd be more. So that'd be like 10 days worth of drinks. But yeah, so I spend that on Starbucks in a week. So yeah. So, just look at what that $45 is going to get you. And, as we talk about investing in yourself, so maybe it's not, conference, so start small, invest in a membership this year, and really start to embrace, what the INA has to offer. And listen to us talk about, now what conference is. And then come May, you'll be listening to everybody talk about how wonderful conference was. And you've already kind of, done that jump start. And so we'll see you in 2019. So, yeah.
Start saving now. If you
start
can't
saving
make
now.
Start saving here.
Yep.
Have a goal in mind.
Yep.
And because that was INA was one of my goals. I put it on my dream board that I wanted to attend. I wanted to attend the INA, the Nanny Palooza, the International Nanny Training Day, and I want to go to the Nanny Ball. Those are the 4 things that I want to do this year. And I had started saving last towards this year. And that's my plan. My husband was like, okay, so let me know when you want me to book that flight. I'm like, yes. So now that I know I can bring him with me, okay, you book it for 2. So yes. Like you said, you spend $45 a week on Starbucks. Go grab a bag of coffee. Starbucks coffee beans. Trust me, I said that was one of my compromises. Instead of going to Starbucks, I went to Kroger, and they sell the espresso coffee the espresso coffee beans. And I have a coffee maker that crushes the beans and makes the coffee. That was my compromise. Spend $10 for 2 weeks of coffee versus $45 a week on coffee and I saved $90. Well,
Yeah.
minus 10, $80.
Yeah.
And those 2 weeks to go towards my conference.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in 4 or 5 months, I have the conference, and I have enough money to pay for half the airline ticket. And by the end of the year, if you just one thing, my
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks coffee, just one thing,
Yeah.
and it will pay for all the conference, the
Yep.
hotel, the
You
conference
know, and it
itself,
really is.
spending money
If
that.
if you want it and you see the value in it, you make it happen.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
You see the value. That's right. And when you said earlier, you said something about getting your bosses to pay for it. That's good too.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a difference. I have found there is a difference in the pride that you take in yourself when you invest in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a total difference. You know, my boss could pay for it. Yes, I go there and I'm on vacation. I'm not there to learn. I'm just on vacation. You know, it goes in one ear, comes out the other. But when you personally invest in yourself, then you learn more, you pay more attention, you get more out of it, you're ready. It sets you on fire to like you said, elevate yourself to the next
Mm-hmm.
level in your career.
Yep.
So
I just posted a link.
I'm
The
trying to
INA
see
did a
questions.
blog post on tips to gain support from your employers to go to the INA conference. So we did a blog post on that. So I posted a link to that.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Hey, Lee. Um, if we have, I don't see any more questions. So I just want to thank you, and I want to thank Kate for chiming in too, and keeping us, you know, adding her 2 cents and 4 cents to it.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. I appreciate you for coming and telling us about the INA. And now that I know that everybody's going to be there, yeah, I feel that, okay, honey, you can book that flight now. So,
For two.
and also, thank you everyone who is watching. Next week, we'll have one of your sponsors on. Kathy Webb will be here
Oh,
from Homework Solutions, and she will tell us about nanny taxes. So if you're
wonderful.
watching, please come back next week.
Oh.
And we're gonna start our Monday nights will begin on Monday the 8th. This was a special night, and I know it probably caught some people by surprise, even though I put it out there. But yes, Kathy is great. But Kathy is going to join us next week and tell us about nanny taxes and just a whole lot of other things that is going on as far as our taxes and deductions and being paid on the books and off the books and all that good stuff. So tune in on Monday the 8th. That's this coming Monday, and she will be here. Also, let's see. I think that is it. And okay. Okay, Kate said they just updated their website too. Yes.
Okay.
So, 10th season for taxes. So, be here next week. Thank you, Kellie, for
Thank
informing
you.
us of INA and the membership. And remember, go get, the nails done. You can, get the pedicure, every once in a while, put it in the savings towards your conference money. Yeah. Trust me, it is worth it. It is worth it to better yourself, to invest in yourself. It is worth it. And we will see you all on Monday the 8th.
I'll see you
Happy
in
New Year
Tucson.
again to everyone. See you in
All right.
Tucson. Yay.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
everyone.
Good night, everyone.